Welcome to the morning after the Bachelor recap. We have our coffee and we are ready to talk about what happened last night. Now, Mom, what are you wearing today?
Yeah, first I want to show everyone my brand new sweater for Valentine's Day. And when I bought it, I didn't try it on because that's usually how I roll. I didn't know that the heart was going to be weird like that.
Right, so it makes one boob look bigger than the other boob. So speaking of boobs, big booby Beverly had to go home.
Yeah.
So do you know what happened? I just looked it up.
No, I didn't know what happened. It was like she was there and then they said
she was gone.
Beverly was getting the date. And then she
didn't get the date. She had appendicitis. I looked it up. The doctors gave her morphine to try to deal with the pain. I think she had to go get her appendix removed. She had appendicitis, yeah. So she had to go home.
That's awful.
Right, and they kind of just breezed over it, right?
They did.
Like, Beverly's sick, she left.
You know, it was really weird because, you know, she was supposed to have that one-on-one date. Mm-hmm. And then she's gone?
Then she's gone. And then the three girls, they got to go on a second date.
But Zoe didn't go home.
Well, we're about to get into it.
I am shocked.
How can you be shocked? They keep the villains around. And
okay.
Zoe was crying to him. And we know how he feels about criers. He loves them.
Yeah, but, you know, her dress was too short.
It was too short. We're going to get into that.
Okay, let's get into it.
Let's talk about
the first. Because I'll get all over the place. I know, you get all over the place. With my crazy heart sweater for Valentine's Day. And, of course, I have not bought a Bachelor a gift for Valentine's Day.
You haven't bought your Valentine's gift.
Right.
Well, mine's not getting anything, so.
Yeah, see, Emma's been going out with him too long, 2 years. Boom.
Well.
Is it almost 3 years? Or is it just 2 years?
It's almost 2.
Oh, it's only almost 2? Is that it?
Yeah. Yes. Doesn't it feel much longer?
Yes, it does.
It feels like we've known him our whole lives.
I know it. Then why is anyone pushing you to get engaged?
Thank you. I feel this way in real life. Why are we pushing engagement? We haven't even been together for 2 years, right?
Right.
On this show, in this episode, Grant mentioned marriage to 2 different women.
But here's the other thing.
In week 3, they had like 2 conversations, and he's like, well, if we get married.
Well, week 1 and 2, some of the young women.
Mrs. Ellis.
You're taking the words out of my mouth.
Mrs. Ellis.
Written on their backs, or they were calling themselves Mrs. Ellis.
But because it's like a competition, right? I feel like it's fine for the girls to say it because it's a competition.
I wouldn't act like that.
No, and none of them are going to win, probably, right?
But right, some already went home.
But for Grant to say, I could see myself being married to you.
Yeah, he did say that.
Imagine somebody saying that to you on a first date.
Did he say married or with? I can imagine myself being
married. Married. He mentioned marriage twice in this episode. I took note. He mentioned it to Latia on their one-on-one date.
Oh, yeah. He's really into her.
He's really into her.
And like Emma was telling me, her waist is this big.
And he mentioned
we don't
it to
know
Carolina.
How normal that is.
He said to Carolina.
Mine's this big and
okay,
is this big.
Latia is shaped like a Disney princess, right? Normal, skinny.
It's just like a Barbie doll's the same way.
Yeah, so good for Latia.
And me. You know, the 3 of us.
The
and
4
Emma,
of us.
Yeah.
We're all shaped that way. So let's get into the first date of the week was the group date.
Yes.
The group date, which was like a comedy group date. So Hannah Berner, you remember we saw her at Just for Laughs?
Oh, I know. I recognized her.
She was on the TikTok panel. She was the one that said she was started posting every single day.
Oh, the one where I said, Emma, you promised you were going to do that.
Right.
And post every single day. We still haven't got to it yet. But maybe if we would, I could be on The Bachelor and be the comedian. Right. If Emma would just post me every day. If I would just post
you every single day.
Yes.
So Hannah Berner was the guest. And Hannah Berner's a comedian, right?
Right.
So the question she was asking, Bailey had the right strategy, right? To win the date. She was going...
That should have been the goal.
She was going for Hannah. But where Bailey made her... Oh my God. I gotta backtrack. Zoe took this date so seriously.
Yes.
And she was so upset that she has no sense of humor. She is a robot. I'm sorry.
Right. And you knew... I don't know. It seemed pretty obvious the funny answers were going to get more money.
Yes! Not the real answers.
No.
It's like, what's an asset? And Zoe gives us an exact definition. And Bailey's like, my butt.
Yeah. I was going to say my crooked boobs.
Right.
See it go down.
My butt and my great personality.
Yeah.
You know, like, the funny was winning, and Zoe doesn't seem to have a funny bone in her body.
No. And she's very sensitive to anything that has to do with herself.
But she was like...
Her dress was short.
Her dress was short, but when she was crying to Grant about how she didn't fit in at the date, it was like, yeah, because you have no personality. She's adorable, right?
Adorable, and she's trying to get everything with that.
But she is robotic. So Bailey wins the group date with all her money, and they give her a menu. What'd you think about the menu?
Well, you know, she went right for the t-shirt. So it was like...
for the t-shirt. That was a trap, Bailey.
It was t-shirt, $5,000. I'm just making this up.
Yeah.
Champagne with Grant. That's the one I would have done.
A dance with Grant.
But she had more than enough to do a couple
to do
things.
A dance, to do champagne, to do it all. But she chose the t-shirt.
Was the t-shirt a lot of money? Is that one?
Yes. The t-shirt was a lot of money. And I said, she's choosing the shirt. She's choosing the shirt.
I don't know why she chose it. And she picked like a white undershirt and she put it on.
That's what they gave to her. There was this white undershirt I guess he had worn. Supposedly.
Smelled like him.
To me, that was a trap. Because either you're going to choose to spend time with him, quality time, right?
Yeah.
Or you can show that you're crazy.
Well, I didn't think she was crazy. I thought
Picking the t-shirt.
I thought she was a
so that
lovely gal.
Ah! Picking the t-shirt so that she can sleep in it or can use it as a pillowcase so that she can be with his set all the time showed that she was crazy.
Well, it's like, what are her priorities?
Right. Spending quality time with him or just smelling him.
Jumping ahead, she got booted, and what does she have to show for it?
A t-shirt.
A white t-shirt, and I'm guaranteeing you she didn't take it with her or she's throwing it out because now she's mad.
Of course.
Because she doesn't want that guy's stuff. No.
You needed to spend time with him first.
Yes.
I think if she had spent time with him, she might have stayed another week, right?
Yeah.
Because she's a funny girl, but she was not trying to get Grant's attention at the date. She was trying to get Hannah's attention at the date.
You think that's what it was?
And she didn't spend time with him. She chose the shirt.
I would have never chose the shirt.
Where are the
I'm
priorities?
trying to get rid of those shirts.
The shirt was a trap.
Anyone needs one of those shirts.
We got a lot of them.
We got a lot we're getting rid of
smell like us
today.
So
they may smell like Sam.
At the cocktail party, that is where we saw Serafina say that Zoe's dress was too short.
It was a red dress.
And it was.
It was the shortest thing I've ever seen.
Ever.
But if you want to get noticed by a guy and you've got 25 other gals.
She's got great legs.
She's gorgeous.
Great legs.
They didn't complain that she was showing every boob part of her. No. It was about how short the dress was.
She was in the funniest thing. I was laughing so hard the next morning when all the girls were crying.
Because Zoe went and told Grant, they're being mean to me. And she didn't say it was the dress, though, did she?
No, she just said that she doesn't fit in and blah, blah, blah.
So then Grant talked to the whole group.
And I understand the girls were upset because they're like, we've been trying.
They have been.
Right?
Because for the most part, they're more mature.
Right.
But now, someone made a comment to me about the gals being older this year.
Yes, they are.
Which you said that maybe that makes them more intense and more want to win this because they're more ready to get married. Right. Because if you're 22 or 23, you don't win.
It's just for the competition.
It's a game. We're having fun. But these gals, they are really marrying age.
They're serious.
Yeah, they're serious.
They're absolutely serious. And there's this girl here who they're trying to be friends with who wants nothing to do with them. And then she goes and tells the guy that they're trying to fall in love with that they're being mean to her.
Yeah, and you're being mean to me and my skirt is so short. Oh, Grant, please help me. So he did,
but made things kind of worse.
Yeah.
So before we get into our one-on-one dates, our one-on-one date and the next kind of group date in the cocktail party, I think it's time to give out our Rose and our Thorn of the Week. What is your Rose of the Week?
Again, It goes to Grant.
Oh my God, you are just sucking up to him.
I am, just like the rest of them.
Oh my God.
I am, Grant. I'm here. I do have a boyfriend. I'm sorry. But anyway, I was super impressed, and I don't know if this was you or the producers, when you called the gal's mom from the dinner table.
That was sweet.
And I love that.
I think that was the producers.
Well, then the
They
producer gets the rose, because if Emma was the one that was in The Bachelor, she would want to have a call to me, and I would certainly love that. So, that showed me that either you or the producer believe in families and love mothers.
And my rose for the week is actually going to go to Rose, because we haven't gotten into it yet, but there's drama with her at the end, and I appreciate that she owned up and she said to Grant, "That is what I thought you said." Because a lot of times we've seen in the past girls going, "I didn't say that to her. I wouldn't say that." And Rose said, "Yes, I told her that because that is what I heard you say."
And I always respect that.
100%.
It's telling the truth. And I, again, credit it to the girls, ladies, being more mature and
open
older.
with each other.
Yeah, and older. And yeah, that's what I heard you say. Now, I don't remember if he did say that.
Did he say it? We don't know.
We could go back and look.
Sometimes we hear things.
Sometimes we hear things because
interpret them
remember,
differently.
Communication is in the head of the receiver.
Correct.
I could say something to Emma and she hears it a totally different way.
And that happens.
And it happens all the time.
Absolutely.
It's a big struggle in life. And she apologized, and Grant liked that.
So my rose goes to Rose. Now my thorn of the week goes to emotional instability. Because...
What's her name?
No. All of them. Even Latia talking about... Oh, no. Carolina talking about having epilepsy.
Carolina's the one my thorn goes to.
Say it with a straight face.
Can't enjoy that she had this wonderful date. I'm so upset that I even went on that date. I mean, she's adorable. Okay, she has epilepsy.
She is growing into a villain.
Yeah.
She is.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, the sob stories get me. I don't understand why on The Bachelor, and maybe there's so many emotions running high that it makes you want to cry, and you're in front of a camera. But okay, let's say I'm on my first date with Matt, right?
Yeah. Like to hear all about that.
I tell him my dad died. I don't sit there crying, telling an entire sob story about how my dad died. It is a fact. It is something that I am comfortable sharing. And
it's something you live with.
And it's something I live with. It's a fact of life. When these girls tell their stories, I don't understand why nobody can just tell their story. Why does it have to be all, crying?
Do you think the producers want them to cry? Because I, like you, Emma, usually do not cry when I'm telling my story. But I could.
And maybe
I could cry.
Maybe we're more emotionally stable, right? Maybe we're more used to talking about it.
I mean, Mark has been gone 14 years.
This girl's had epilepsy since she was 13.
And how old is she?
My age. It's a fact of life.
But sometimes, I don't know, I'm making excuses when you're on camera and they're staring at you. I might cry. I don't know.
It's like I'm always waiting on these one-on-one dates. I'm like, here it's coming. It's coming. Oh,
and then
the sob story is here.
And then Grant cries too.
Like, why are we crying, Grant?
It's
Why did you say that sucks?
I think it's
sorry
emotional.
You dealt with that, but everybody has something in life.
Everybody has something. I don't care if you have epilepsy. I'm still not going to marry you, but
right,
she
like,
thinks
I'm really
she is
sorry.
in the running.
I'm really sorry.
Don't you think she's in the running?
She is, and I empathize, right? But I think we're taking these sob stories on The Bachelor a little too far.
Well, I think they're promoting the crying and all the drama.
Well,
because
then
if there
I'd
wasn't
be there
drama, I wouldn't have watched
it
it twice already.
So Carolina's date. Now that we're here, that we gave her our thorn. Carolina's date went great.
God, did you see that little outfit she wore at the beginning?
I did.
Again, the waist. You gotta admit, she's little bitty.
I don't know. It wasn't the right outfit for a date, I didn't think.
I don't know what it was the right outfit for.
A Britney Spears concert?
It was what Britney Spears would wear.
Yeah.
Not necessarily what you'd wear to go see her. But I don't know what they're thinking.
I don't know, but there are definitely sparks between her and Grant. He mentioned marriage to her. He did.
That's why she's so upset now that he's dating other women.
Because did he frame it in a way that he said, you know, like, if we're married, I would take care of you? Yes, but...
Oh, he did say that.
As a woman, hearing that...
Oh, he just asked me to get married.
Yes. Yes.
I know.
Don't bring up the word.
And I have to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, in real life, lower your expectations. Because, and I don't know if Matt's like this, I think he is, but my boyfriend tends to be like this. They say things, they don't really mean them. They're just joking, you know? And we, the person hearing it, tends to...
Take it seriously.
Put meaning to it.
Right.
Like when I tell you something, you know, I really mean it, don't I usually?
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
I'm not going to tell you that I love you if I'm just making it up.
Right. Oh, that was a joke.
Oh, yeah. You thought I said that? Me? No, I didn't.
Wanting to marry you?
No.
That was just hypothetical.
Yeah, I was just talking about someone else.
Right.
Wasn't about us.
So that is the first time this episode that Grant mentioned the word marriage.
Right.
Okay, and then he goes on the mini group date with Dina, Latia, and Serafina.
I can't believe you can remember all their names.
It's literally just because we're doing this review that I know them.
Which one is the lawyer from Chicago?
Dina.
I think.
This was a great date for her.
Mm-hmm.
It really was.
She has 12 dogs. Well, that's because she has 11 siblings. I don't know if she's
right.
making up that number.
Right, they're all imaginary.
Yeah. Again,
but this
take
was a
it
good
with
date.
a grain of salt.
Yes, this was a good date for her because last date she was on was the singing date. That's not really her thing.
No.
But this was much more her speed.
And
we
Grant
got to see her shine a little bit.
And Grant said he's never dated a successful woman like that.
And you know what?
It is.
I'm sorry to say, I don't think he wants to.
You don't?
He does not seem like the kind of guy that wants a woman to be more successful than he is.
You know, I think there's a lot of guys like that don't want that. They want to be the one who makes the most money. They want to be... Your dad wasn't like that.
No. Matt would love for me to make more money because that would mean that the two of us would have more money.
Yeah. And that's a better way to look at things.
There's like a competition in the house who's going to make more money this year.
And that's a good way to look at things, I think, because it's for the good of the group.
But Grant, with his his vibe of wanting caretakers, I don't think he wants...
And a stay-at-home mom, it sounds like.
That's what he wants. He wants
and
a
stay-at-home mom.
I don't think he
dog,
wants...
stay-at-home cat, stay-at-home mom.
I think he wants somebody who's going to pay the most attention to him and not necessarily pay the most attention to their career.
And, you know, and...
That's just the vibe I get.
At least, if that's true... And I hope he knows it, he won't pick her because it won't be good for her. And she's adorable.
She's adorable.
And I really am crazy about her. I think she's wonderful.
I have changed my opinion on her because I was not a fan of her, but...
now I am.
I am. And you know what? They are not going to do a new season of The Bachelorette.
They're not?
No.
They're going straight to the Golden Bachelor?
They're going straight to the Golden. And then I think...
That they're advertising for every week.
And then probably Paradise. And then probably back to The Bachelor.
Why have they decided not to do the Bachelorette?
I just saw a report and said there's not going to be a Bachelorette coming.
Maybe they can't find the guys.
No.
Well, one of my friends thinks that when it's the Bachelorette, it's not as good because there's not as much drama with the men.
Well, yeah. That's true.
That's not good for us ladies.
No.
Making us seem like we're the drama queens.
Well, we are. We absolutely are.
Well, I'm not. Emma is. Emma would love to be on there, and she would be stirring it all up, right? You would
I think I would go home week 1 because I don't feed into any of it.
And I would go home week 1 too.
All right, so now let's get into our ranking of the girls. Okay. All right, so let's start out with Alex. We didn't see a ton of her this week.
She got a rose.
Just when she was crying, but she got a rose.
She cried.
She will go to the end. I think so. Allie Jo. Allie Jo got eliminated this week.
Yeah, she did.
Our Jersey girl. It just wasn't there between her and Grant. I think if there's Paradise, she'll be on it and she will do great.
Yeah, and she did look great, and she had dressed up and had her makeup on, and she didn't even really get to talk to Grant.
No, she didn't. Now, Bailey, we already spoke about. She was eliminated this week. Beverly, ill. She got one home this week. Carolina. Matt thinks he's just going to take Carolina to the fantasy suites and let her go.
Really?
Yeah. That he would
Matt's always a little jaded on this stuff.
I know.
But he's usually right.
But remember Maria from last season? It seemed like Joey just wanted to take her to the fantasy suites. That kind of seems like this. Carolina's got a little villain arc. She's hot. There's some chemistry.
Yeah, definitely chemistry. She'll dance for him.
Right. Chloe eliminated this week. Our model. Dina we've spoken about. Still in the running. I don't think she's going to make it to the end.
Yeah, because Emma doesn't think so, right? Because she's so successful.
I don't think so. But I think
she talked about how she could live in other places, that her firm is great, and blah, blah.
I think she'll be here for a couple more weeks, but I don't see her going to hometowns.
I always thought men found it attractive that you could take care of yourself, but maybe not.
Juliana. Now, Juliana we have not spoken about.
Juliana's super cute.
She's super cute.
I don't like her eyebrows, though. I think they're fake.
Thank you. That is exactly what I said.
But otherwise, she's precious. But someone's got to do something to her eyebrows.
Yeah, I don't like.
I don't know if she tattooed those on there.
Or she draws them. I don't love the eyebrows, but she's gorgeous. She's sweet. I think she could make a far run. Latia, we've spoken about. She'll go to top 5.
Yes.
Natalie.
Natalie's hanging in there.
Natalie, we did not see this week a ton, and she was upset.
But she got a rose.
But she got a rose. I think he really still likes her.
You know, he likes all of them.
I think she's a sleeper. You know what I mean by that?
Yes, yeah.
I really do think she's a sleeper.
Maybe we'll see more about her next week.
Yeah, I do think we're going to see more about her in the future. Parisha?
Got the rose.
Nutcase.
For
playing Chubby Bunny.
Chubby Bunny, which I had never seen before.
Oh, I played Chubby Bunny, yeah. Usually play with marshmallows. Like giant marshmallows.
Oh, that sounds more fun.
Yeah, maybe you and I will play on live.
I'd like to, because that was Rice Krispie treats she was doing, wasn't it?
I said to Matt, I think she's just showing him how big her mouth is.
He said, Rose! My mouth is small, and I think we should do the small marshmallows.
Rose. I knew she was going to get a rose there at the end, again, because of her honesty.
Yeah, that honesty, people, that's a lesson to all of us.
I could see her going home next week, just because I don't think there's a connection there with her and Grant.
Well, he had chemistry for at the beginning.
But I like that he gave her a chance. I do like that he has given her a chance.
She's super sweet and cute.
Serafina. She's gone next week.
You think?
Nothing's there with her and Grant. I'm sorry, it's not.
It's not.
They're keeping her around, I think, maybe because of drama. She's cute, she's funny. But her relationship has not grown like his relationship with the other girls have.
Well, right. But, you know, his relationship with the other girls, some of them it's going leaps and bounds, and some of them it's just going leaps.
Right.
You know, so...
Maybe she's a slow burn. I think Natalie's a slow burn.
He can't get rid of all of them. He's got to space it out.
Yeah, well, I think she's gone next week.
Okay.
And then, our last girl, who's still in the running, Zoe.
Which... I'm shocked Zoe's still there. I mean,
she's the villain. She's going to be there.
She's very cute. And has the shortest dress ever to be worn on television.
Right. She gets that award. Zoe might get eliminated on a 2-on-1 date.
Zoe, can I borrow that dress?
For OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Zoe might get eliminated on a 2-on-1 date.
For my one and only fan. I'm not on OnlyFans. Don't spread rumors.
You have one and only fan.
I have one and only fan, and I would love to borrow the dress.
Well, I'm excited for next week. There's definitely going to be more drama with Carolina and Rose. Carolina and Zoe, we've got 2 villains this season.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It is pretty good. We are into it.
Like I said, I've watched it twice since last night.
Only fell asleep during the first one.
Yes, I had to watch it again. It was so intriguing.
It went fast. These episodes are going fast. We are into it, and we're getting down. We can't wait to see you guys next week. Thank you for joining us.
Happy Valentine's Day from the Crooked Heart Lady. Mwah.